dive into this segment with our top focus on a CNN News 18 exclusive, as Union Home Minister in an exclusive conversation with CNN News 18 has predicted that BJP might win 80 out of 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh. The Home Minister has also taunted the Gandhi siblings on Amethi and Rae Bareli as the suspense over these two seats continues. Listen in to this big exclusive conversation with our Group Editor-in-Chief, Mr. Rahul, Joshi.
उत्तर प्रदेश में आपने अभी कहा कि आप सीटें बढ़ाएंगे पिछली बार से।
उत्तर प्रदेश में सीटें बढ़ाए मतलब अगर सब कुछ अच्छा रहा तो 80 की 80 हो सकती है।
अरे तो बहुत ही बड़ा बयान है आपका। रिकॉर्ड 2014 का ब्रेक होगा
जी,
71 और 73
हो सकता है। हम सब कुछ अच्छा रहा तो 80 की 80 भी जीत सकते।
इसका मतलब आप अखिलेश को कन्नौज में हराएंगे, अखिलेश जी को, डिम्पल को मैनपुरी में हराएंगे, उनकी पूरी फैमिली फिरोजाबाद, आजमगढ़।
मैंने संभावना कहा है कि हम 80 की 80 कर सकते हैं। हमारी सीटों की बढ़ोतरी होना निश्चित है।
राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी जी का कभी हाँ कभी ना, कभी लड़ रहे हैं कभी नहीं लड़ रहे हैं, अभी कुछ सुनने में आ रहा है कि शायद अब नहीं लड़ रहे हैं, इसको कैसे देखते हैं आप?
देखिए, ये लोग आत्मविश्वास गवा बैठे हैं। अपनी पुश्तैनी सीट से भी लड़ने का आत्मविश्वास नहीं है। अगर नहीं लड़ना था तो इतने समय तक सीट क्यों पेंडिंग रखी? किसी कार्यकर्ता को दे देते तो कम से कम वो जनसंपर्क तो कर सकता था। ये कंफ्यूजन जो है कहीं न कहीं लैक ऑफ सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस को दिखाता है।
All right, let's quickly go across to our correspondents. In fact, we have a battery of reporters, Mr. Aman Sharma, Siddhant, who will also be joining us in a bit. So will Pallavi and Arunima. But so far we have Aman with us. Let's quickly go across to Aman. Aman, going by what the Home Minister has to say, and considering you're also covering Uttar Pradesh on ground level, what is the sense you're getting as far as the Azamgarh Mau belt is concerned? Are you getting the sense that the BJP is sort of getting an upper hand over the Samajwadi Party? Because now we know that not just Dimple, even an Akhilesh Yadav has thrown his hat in the ring.
See, Akansha, in Uttar Pradesh, the BJP, rather the NDA, I would say, had come up with a record verdict in 2014 when they won 73 out of the 80 seats in UP in the Narendra Modi wave at that time. What we saw in 2019 was the tally of the NDA come down from 73 to 64 seats because there was a SP, BSP, RLD alliance on the other side. BJP later increased 2 more seats in the bypoll. They won Azamgarh in a bypoll after Akhilesh Yadav gave up that seat to fight from an assembly seat, and they won Rampur also. These are the 2 citadels of the Samajwadi Party, which BJP won in a bypoll, and so BJP's tally effectively in UP right now is 66 seats. But Mr. Amit Shah is saying that our aim is 80. But we can realistically add about 5 to 7 seats in this projection. So BJP is aiming at a 70 plus score in UP, maybe get as close to the 73 record mark which they had hit in 2014. When we come to the Yadav belt of UP, where the entire Yadav family, the 5 top members of the Yadav family, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav from Kannauj, Dimple Yadav from Mainpuri, Shivpal Singh Yadav, son from Badaयूं, Ram Gopal Yadav, son from Firozabad, and Akhilesh Yadav's cousin Dharmendra Yadav is fighting from Azamgarh. SP is very confident about at least these 5 seats in UP, but the BJP, since they had won the Azamgarh the last time, is also confident of giving up a very, very tough fight in Azamgarh this time and maybe wrest the seat again from the Samajwadi Party.
All right, on that note, let's also quickly go across to Siddhant, who's also joining us live. Siddhant is also stationed in Uttar Pradesh these days. Siddhant, give us a sense of what you are getting in terms of the political pulse as far as the Yadav land is concerned. You heard what Aman has to say, but 80 on 80, that kind of a claim is sweeping, so to say. Will the Bharatiya Janata Party be able to make that kind of sweep, considering they've been able to sort of break through that alliance we saw earlier between the Samajwadi Party, the BSP and RLD, now that the RLD is joining the Bharatiya Janata Party this time in an alliance?
Well, Aman is absolutely right. Perhaps that's an assessment that one is understanding at this point in time. But talking about Amit Shah's interview, now Amit Shah is somebody who knows Uttar Pradesh back of his hands. In fact, in 2014, he perhaps worked in the state, like a karyakarta to build the cadre and also to sort of, the credit for the victory from Uttar Pradesh goes to him in 2014 and 2019. Now, if he's saying that the party is going to win 80 seats, so perhaps the number of seats will increase, then this could be first to clear the air, because there is a lot of perception which is deliberately being created, Akanksha, that less voter turnout means that the BJP voters didn't come out to vote, which is not a right assessment. Point number two, Akanksha, there is also a perception which is deliberately being created that Rajputs are not coming out to vote for BJP. They are not happy with BJP. So this particular statement will clear the air that BJP has done good in the first two phases and BJP is very much on track. Now, coming to your point, Akanksha, now BSP is a factor this time around. As Aman rightly pointed out, in 2019, SP, BSP, RLD fought election in alliance. This time around, BSP is giving candidate on all the seats. And you see, if we talk about Azamgarh seat, then a Muslim candidate has been given by a BSP. So that would make a dent to Samajwadi Party candidate. Now, as far as Dalit voters of BSP is concerned, then Dalit voters are either going to vote for BSP or the Labhartis are going to vote for Bharatiya Janata Party. So this is how assessment is from ground at this point in time, and this could be the reason that Amit Shah is very confident that if not 80 out of 80, then the seat share of Bharatiya Janata Party will increase in the state of Uttar Pradesh.
Absolutely. On that note, let's quickly go across to Pallavi. Pallavi, do you think that the Samajwadi Party and the BSP are posing a greater challenge to the Bharatiya Janata Party this time around as compared to the Congress Party? Because there's been a very key statement coming in from the Home Minister where he says that the Congress, in fact, has lost the confidence to fight from its own bastions. And as we've been discussing all through these days, that, the more they continue with that suspense over Amethi and Rae Bareli is only emboldening the BJP's own confidence.
Well, right where I am, Amethi Rae Bareli, the battleground has almost become very different, because there was a time when Akanksha people would think it was a bastion which could never ever be attacked or crashed. Smriti Irani completely broke that in 2019. That's as far as Amethi is concerned. And even as you're awaiting for the official announcement to come through of Rahul Gandhi and possibly Priyanka Gandhi Vadra contesting for Amethi and Rae Bareli, all eyes will be by the BJP. The BJP certainly will ensure that it re-wins Amethi. But Rae Bareli also is going to be an interesting fight to watch out for if the BJP is able to make a huge dent, if not win this time round, because remember, it took one loss for that win for Smriti Irani to make place. Slowly by slowly, the narrative which the BJPs want to make in this particular state is that the Congress, the Samajwadi Party, or in other words, the India Front Alliance is really nowhere round the picture as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. He, of course, was oozing confidence when he said ki 80 out of 80 ki sambhavna hai. What are the factors which goes in favor of the BJP according to the calculation? One, of course, is the Ram Mandir emotion. The second is a huge amount of development which takes place. And third, also, stepping back in history quickly, Akanksha, I remember many of the projects which were announced by Rahul Gandhi never saw a reality. And the reason he gave was that the central government and the state governments were never supporting us and they were loggerheads. Well, the push which is being given by the BJP is of double engine ki sarkar. You have the same party in power at the center and the state levels. It is a much more smoother sail. These are the reasons why the BJP feels and has that confidence expressed by the Home Minister that there is no such thing as a family bastion anymore. Every family stronghold areas have been humbled and can be humbled.
All right. On that note, let me also quickly go across to Arunima, who's also live with us on the newscast. Arunima, two factors that are also being attributed to the BJP stronghold in Uttar Pradesh is how they have, in fact, overridden the other political challenges through their hold on security and connectivity. Apart from the expressways and the rapid transit system, there's also Yogi Adityanath's own focus on security issues. Remember, the women feel more liberated this time. They say that we are more independent, we feel more free, and we are able to feel safe in our state and cities and villages where we can in fact move out freely. What has been Yogi Adityanath's own contribution when it comes to security in Uttar Pradesh?
See, improved law and order has been a running narrative in Uttar Pradesh since the last assembly election. Even in the last assembly election, one thing was very clear. In rural Uttar Pradesh, women would come out and say that we are now free, we are not scared. In urban Uttar Pradesh also, the sentiment was same. Guardians of young girls were not scared anymore, that their safety and security was at risk. So that has been a running narrative. But the other key factor, of course, is the Pran Pratishtha ceremony at Ayodhya. Bharatiya Janata Party has pushed this narrative that members of the India Alliance, be it the Samajwadi Party, be it the Congress Party, they disrespected sentiments of people by not accepting the invitation that was sent to them. Of course, Akhilesh Yadav has, and Dimple Yadav in an interview to us also has underlined this, that Akhilesh never received an invitation. So they would try and make that distinction. But Bharatiya Janata Party is ensuring that all the caste-wise divisions on account of you being an OBC, somebody being a Dalit, all of that is peppered over by saying that ultimately you're all Ram Bhakts, and this is the government which has ensured that Ram Lalla has a roof above his head. He's not in a tent anymore. So BJP is taking that twin prong, one of development, improved law and order, improved way of life in Uttar Pradesh. Lucknow is a changed city. When you compare it to, there were Bimaru states at one point of time, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. So they would take this narrative that Lucknow as the capital of UP is no longer a capital of a Bimaru state. Kashi Vishwanath has changed. The Vishwanath corridor is something that they will underline. We'll have to wait and see what is new that Samajwadi Party and Congress can get to the table. Home Minister Amit Shah, they're underlining that the Gandhi family is not confident of its state of affairs. That's why the hesitation over Rae Bareli and Amethi. That narrative will continue.
Absolutely. Aman, if I could bring you in on the Yogi factor, because remember the opposition's always attacked the kind of brute force this CM has used in the state, but has that label of bulldozer Raj in fact worked with the public on mass level?
Well, Akansha, surely, and I'm traveling around UP, we have been here for almost a week now. Today we are in Varanasi. Wherever you go in rural areas especially, people speak about the good law and order situation in UP. In fact, even in the Yadav land strongholds, we went to Kannauj and Mainpuri, in villages there, even some Yadavs say that they will vote for BJP purely on the point that the law and order is improved. People saying Gundagardi वापस नहीं चाहिए, Mafia Raj वापस नहीं चाहिए UP में. People feel safe. I have seen women, girls driving scooties in small villages of UP. I have covered this state for so long. This is a new situation which has emerged in UP, that there is a sense of security, and that dividend of that the BJP has got, not just in earlier elections, even in 2017, in 2019 Lok Sabha, in 2022 assembly elections also, after Yogi Adityanath, asked for another mandate. The biggest factor that went for BJP was this strong law and order situation, and this is something that the BJP has been harping upon very, very strongly in this election campaign. Also, this double engine of Modi's development agenda in UP, the highways, the metro, the expressways, the record investment which is coming in, and Mr. Yogi's second engine of good law and order, no tolerance towards Gundaism and Mafia Raj in UP. I think these two factors are what brings the BJP strongly, keeps BJP strongly in the picture in UP, despite an SP-Congress alliance on the other side. Where in some Muslim-dominated seats, the SP-Congress alliance is expected to do well, and that is why we see Mr. Amit Shah here saying that 5 to 7 seats ka increase hoga. That means BJP is saying about realistically 70 plus seats. It's not 80 plus 80, of course, is the aim, but realistically BJP is looking at 70 plus. This shows that SP is in a fighting position, at least 7 to 8 seats in UP, and if Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi do fight from Amethi and Rae Bareli, these two seats will also see a tough fight. But I think the overarching sentiment in UP is towards the BJP and the good performance on the law and order and the development front in this state.
All right, Siddhant, if I could come over to you, as far as the eastern pockets or the segment of Azam, Ghazipur segment is concerned, this has been a very elusive segment which hasn't really been a pocket borough either of the SP or the BSP or the BJP. So clearly the BJP is hoping to in fact score in on this particular segment. How do they in fact plan to do that when it comes to seats of Azamgarh and especially Ghazipur and even Mau?
Well, that's right. So look, as you rightly pointed out, that this particular region is a swing region, and none of the parties can call it their bastion. But as far as Purvanchal is concerned, then Varanasi and Gorakhpur are more seen as the stronghold of Prime Minister Modi and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath respectively. Now PM Modi contests from Varanasi, so it has impact on other seats of Purvanchal. Talking about Yogi Adityanath, he comes from Gorakhpur, he is frequent to Gorakhpur, and today when UP is emerging as the fastest growing state of the country, then Gorakhpur also is developing and seeing the transformation. That perhaps sends out a very strong message to the areas like Azamgarh, Joshi, Jaunpur. In fact, I was in Jaunpur the other day, and the people were telling me that we want Jaunpur to be transformed the way Prime Minister Modi transformed Varanasi. So those are the aspirations. That is how the people have started thinking. People of Purvanchal have started thinking. Look, Purvanchal has always been infamous for the gangsters, mafias, and the criminal network. But now, slowly and gradually, that image is changing. The transformation is happening. Purvanchal has Purvanchal Expressway. The ride quality is very different, and people are feeling the transformation. Then they have Faizabad highway. So the two highways have been given to Purvanchal. At the same time, a lot of infra projects are being brought into Purvanchal, including airport in Azamgarh. Then there is a separate airport in Varanasi. So a lot of works have been done.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you there. I, in fact, have to quickly go across to Pallavi also before we get in some reactions as well. Pallavi, let's also talk about Rahul Gandhi's own nemesis, Smriti Irani, how she's in fact declared that while they'll be losing Amethi this time, even Rae Bareli is going to be a lost battle for the Congress party, considering Sonia Gandhi is not going to be contesting from there, and the candidate who was supposed to fight has still not been announced. Is this going to now be a double whammy of sorts for the Congress party, considering Smriti Irani is posing them a challenge not just for Amethi but even Rae Bareli?
Well, one of the reasons why the Gandhis were not announcing the candidates for Amethi and Rae Bareli, and we're presuming that they are being the candidates, that is because they were waiting for the Wayanad elections to be over, Akanksha. That is because it hurt them in 2019, because Rahul was contesting both from Amethi and Wayanad, and the narrative built up right over here in Amethi was that, look, he's abandoned you and he's pushed over. That is something which Smriti Irani used for very effectively. I think Rahul Gandhi did not want that narrative to be pushed forward in Wayanad because he doesn't want to take chances over there. Losing from Kerala would have important political repercussions in future, because one, South matters to the Congress, and second, of course, is that Kerala elections round the corner. But now let's just step back to UP. Well, again, this question was arising that so what if the Gandhis don't contest from Amethi and Rae Bareli? It won't be the first time. But the reason simply is that these are only two seats which still seemingly seem to be there little bit in the kitty of the Congress party despite having lost from Amethi. How can you completely abandon a politically important state like Uttar Pradesh? And that is also one reason, which is why that pressure has mounted on the Gandhi family, that you cannot give up on Amethi and Rae Bareli. You contest from both this place. Now, suppose Rahul Gandhi wins from Amethi or Rae Bareli, he's going to face this huge, difficult choice. Which one will he give up? You give up Wayanad, it's going to be suicidal because Kerala elections are around the corner. You give up either Amethi or Rae Bareli, again you send out a message that UP doesn't matter to you. So that is the dilemma, which is why today you are seeing a Congress party which is losing its leaders to other parties. You're seeing where its organization has either completely crumbled, even in Amethi for that matter. It was very difficult for us, Akanksha, to even reach the Congress office and find those kind of handful of workers. The only thing which is keeping them together and alive is this hope that perhaps Rahul Bhaiya aenge and he's going to contest from here, and therefore we have a little bit of a political future over here.